A new season is starting today. And what will you do? Will you push yourself harder when the moment is there? How do you impact your team? What is your outlook? Are you a lightning rod, a maverick, a captain, or the team's heart and soul? What type of player will you become? Are you a pure power player, a small ball, a rock steady, or Mr. Utility type of guy? Perhaps you're that rare but raw combination of speed and power, known as the anomaly. Do you have the arm of the gods, the painterly control of the plate, or mind-bending stuff? A new season begins now. Will you be able to answer the call when the opportunity arrives? Can you achieve your goals as they show themselves? It is true, there is no I in team. So who are you to your teammates? Do your rivals know your name? A new season begins now, and what will you do? How will you make your mark in the show?
From the Bronx, MLB Network brings you baseball from Yankee Stadium. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Going to be an interesting contrast in styles in this one as one of baseball's hardest throwers goes head-to-head with a top finesse arm. Next. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
For the Mets.
Digging in, Brandon Nimmo. He will lead this one off today.
Nimmo.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. Torres has it. And quickly, there's one down to lead off the frame. And now a chance to meet the Mets. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, I'm really going to have to keep a close eye on Brandon Nimmo. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this guy hit in clutch situations. It's like he takes a deep breath and everything stops in front of him. He plays like the Zen man.
So the base is empty here with one away, and that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. Here comes the first pitch. Right there for strike one. Should be a picture-perfect afternoon for baseball. 78 degrees at first pitch. Now here's the pitch. Fastball well outside. Time to check our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Freddie Ferguson.
Hey, D-Row, you better be ready to swing, particularly at that low pitch. Freddie Ferguson, low ball umpire.
Yeah, makes it tough on the offense. I was a guy who liked the low ball, but that usually means those guys are susceptible to that slider in the dirt. You have to see the ball up, and this guy doesn't give you a chance.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he pops it up, but this will land untouched. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
This kind of hitter right here, we call this guy a grinder. What are grinders? They just kind of foul off some good pitches. They lay off the pitches just off the plate. This is every pitcher's nightmare, a guy that's up there with a plan and not just up there swinging at anything that you throw towards home plate.
Slow grounder to first. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a nice job to stay with it that time and get the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the second baseman, Robinson Cano.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and set to stand in the fine second baseman Robinson Cano. first pitch of the at-bat on its way. Good downward action there, and it's 0-1.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all that.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Down in order go the Mets. Nothing in the Mets half of the first. The Yankees' first set of swings coming up. Crosstown action on MLB Network. Jacob deGrom, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
So stepping in, Brett Gardner. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Yankees, the center fielder, Brett Gardner.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. And now a pitch on the way. He pulls this one into right. And Gardner's going to reach. It's a base hit. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off.
Hey, this game's starting off exactly the way they want it to. Leadoff single in the bottom of the first. After their pitcher went out there and threw a donut on the board, boys are flying around.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Aaron Judge. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Gardner aboard here at first with nobody out. Now a move over to first, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge.
Hey, I love that pitch right there, and that's where he's going to have to work. He's going to have to work down in the zone. This is a hitter's park. We all know the ball flies, and if he's going to keep the ball in the yard, he's got to execute down to the hollow of the knee.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Defense has got to be on their toes right here. 3-2 count. Runner on first has got some serious wheels. You know he's probably being put in motion.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit down the third base line, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Nimmo in pursuit. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Giancarlo Stanton now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. First and second here with nobody out. Hit in the air down the right field line, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2. The 1-2 misses, ball 2.
Number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2 ball, 2 strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
Hit on the ground toward the left. Davis grabs it cleanly. Back to first, and they'll take care of Stanton as well. It's a double play. With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. How do they go about taking down their division rival, Mark DeRosa?
Well, Matt, when we drove over to the ballpark today, we were expecting some offensive firepower, especially in this yard. It's a hitter's yard, but that could sometimes work against them. I'm interested to see what lineup stays within themselves and executes and manufactures to get this W.
Next for New York, Gary Sanchez. In previous duels with DeGrom, he's gone 2 for 6. He's taken him deep once. Here's the first pitch to him. And a curveball drops in there for strike 1. Sanchez is, of course, a highly regarded catcher, and it's really fun to watch him control the game behind the plate, not only with his glove work, but with the arm as well. He's got a cannon, and it's in the head of opposing base runners every night. Certainly a valuable guy to have on your squad.
Yeah, he certainly could have a C on his chest. The captain of the infield, controlling the pitching staff, shutting down the running game, soft hands. I can't say enough about this player.
Nope. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Hey, what a job right here to put yourself in position to get out of this one after giving up back-to-back singles to the first 2 batters.
Men on third with 2 down. Hard hit ball to second. Cano has it. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. Still no score. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Ramos.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Well, fans of the art of pitching are in for a treat. One of the game's big-time flamethrowers faces a top craftsman here today.
And you're going to see 2 different mindsets from both offenses, Dan. Facing the power guy, he's going to come at you. He's going to pitch to his strengths and not your weakness. And on the flip side, the finesse guy is going to try and keep everyone off balance. And I want to see what off-speed pitch he has working.
Dero, that's one of the beautiful things about the game of baseball. Good pitchers come in all different shapes and sizes, and they come with all different type of weapons. We're going to see 1 flamethrower and 1 guy that throws below the speed limit.
So 1 away here with the bases empty. And up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto. First delivery to him on the way. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. The 1-1. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, J.D. Davis.
J.D. Davis, the next at bat. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this one's down off the shoe tops, 1-0. Davis, a previous member of the Houston Astros. He came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
1-1 the count. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Slider clocked in the mid-80s there. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking heater.
High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Mets go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Here's Miguel Andujar now. He's set to lead off the home half of the 2nd.
The third baseman, Miguel Andujar.
The pitch. Ball. Lays off 1-0. Now it's 2-0.
Back-to-back pitches, they've gone away. Do you tell yourself as a hitter he wants to come in right here? I don't think so. I think he's trying to find that outside corner and adjust accordingly.
3-0 now.
3-0 to count.
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the 2nd.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Luke Voigt. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. Here comes the first pitch. Late that time for a strike.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
Ball 1. Andujar on at first, nobody out. Fouled away. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball.
He's up in the zone a lot right now. Sometimes that can be effective, but I think you have to be careful with that, especially during a day game where the ball tends to carry a lot more.
Three balls and 2 strikes to the Yankees DH.
Didn't catch the corner there, but you can see he was trying to jam him with that running action on that two-seam fastball.
The 3-2 pitch. And boy, that misses as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning.
Well, this guy's been prone to giving up walks in bunches, and that's already 2 walks here in the early going. We'll see if this continues to be an issue for him as this start continues.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. In previous duels with DeGrom, he's hitless in 6 tries. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times. Here comes the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
Fouled off. The 1-2. Well hit to right, but a foul ball. The 1-2. And he fouls this one off. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Here's the defensive alignment for the New York Metropolitans. And this team, they're not going to be moving around as much as some of the new age teams. The shifting and moving the third baseman over second base and the right fielder to play third base. This is going to be your stationary team, trusting pitchers to execute pitches.
So first and second with 1 man gone. And now it'll be the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Long throw to the plate. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Now a swing as he shoots this down the right field line. And this will get over the wall, in fact, so just the 1 run will be allowed to score. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Settling in now, Brett Gardner, a base hit in his first trip.
Yeah, just another simple single to the outfield would be a big one right here. Don't try and do too much. You know there's a potential base open right there. Maybe sit off speed.
No balls and a strike to count. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
That's not a bad pitch right there. That two-seamer moving away from a left-handed hitter. Didn't get the strike, but I like the idea behind the pitch.
Two balls and a strike now to the Yankees leadoff man.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
All even now, 2-2. Runners are at second and third with one down. Set and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on but fouled off to the left. Ready with the 2-2. He takes strike three called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
Here's big Aaron Judge as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position. One and 0. Here it is. Blowing away as he misses again. 2-0.
Tough situation for him right here. I mean, he's got an open base, so he doesn't have to give in to this guy, but there's definitely danger looming on deck, so you can't just completely work around him either.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. Giancarlo Stanton would be next. Three balls, no strikes. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike one.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
Boy, not close again. His third walk of the inning as that misses for ball four.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
Into the box now, Giancarlo Stanton. Given the situation, he's got an opportunity to break this game wide open. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
Comes set, the 0-1. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
A strike away now from getting out of this mess. Sometimes pitching is all about minimizing, right? So keeping it to 2 runs across in the inning would be huge.
Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been as they'll strand the bases loaded. The side is retired. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark. Oh, my goodness. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
First offering on its way. And that one right down Main Street. Broxton, 28 years old. He was selected in the 3rd round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Little too much bite on the slider that time, taken outside.
Man, this at bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Another payoff pitch. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Smith.
Standing in, Dominic Smith. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And this is on the ground to first. Could be 2. Tulowitzki for 1. On to first, and they get them both.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario.
And on the first pitch, he hits it in the air to right.
And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit.
The center fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
Striding into the box, Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First offering on its way. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. The 1-0 is in off the plate.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Two 2-0, here it is. And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now. down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Here now the 2-2. And this one's in the dirt. And just what they wanted offensively as the runner moves into scoring position.
Well, this inning was looking routine, and then with one base hit and a wild pitch later, things are looking a lot different. Now a base hit scores a run, got to reset on the mound and make some good pitches here.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Gardner is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Mets strand one. They trail it here 2-0. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've already worked out 3 walks, so he feels as though that kind of willingness to let the opposition work themselves into trouble will continue to result in good things for them on the scoreboard.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Gary Sanchez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First pitch coming, here it is. And that misses, ball 1. And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0. Miguel Andujar is on deck. Not a good 3-0 swing as he was well behind the fastball there.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
Now batting, third baseman, Miguel.
Now at the plate, Miguel Andujar. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. First delivery to him on the way. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
We're only in the 3rd inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
The 0-1 pitch. 1-1. Sanchez gets his lead at first, nobody out. And it's 1-2. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
In now, Luke Voigt, as he can't catch up on a fastball at the letters, and it's strike 1. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2.
I have no issue wasting a pitch on 0-2 to try to get a guy to go fishing, but it has to be somewhat tempting. You're not going to get anyone to swing the bat at that pitch.
Runners on first with one down. Misses. Ball 2. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and up next will be the left-handed power bat of Greg Bird. From the stretch, here's the pitch. In the dirt, and now let's see. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, that's not a real good look when you flail at what ends up being a wild pitch. Doesn't say much about your pitch recognition, but regardless, the runner is able to advance, so we'll see if he can drive him in now.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Yanks leave 1. They're up 2-0. Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn as we begin the top of the 4th.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. One and 1 the count now. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up. Ball 2. The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
Great AB so far. I'd really like to see this guy work a walk and get on base for this team. Maybe give them a shot of confidence that they got a shot to get back in this one.
Line to the right side, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
We take a look at the numbers up to this point. You see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
Here's Robbie Cano now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. It's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
1 ball, no strikes to count. A runner at first with no outs here. High and deep to straightaway right. Judge going back to the track, to the wall. A leap at the wall, but he can't bring this one back. It's a home run. A 2-run shot here for Robinson Cano. And the Mets have come back to tie this one at 2.
This is a perfect example of the total concentration it takes to be a pitcher at this level. He was on cruise control, hitting his spots, preserving a 2-run lead, and then boom, he misses his location, and the game is tied. Back to square one.
Into the box now, Wilson Ramos. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
3-0 to him now. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error in the game for the Mets thus far. 3-1.
Now that's a really curious pitch selection. 3-0 and turned to the slider. You have to wonder if maybe he's lost the feel for his fastball.
The 3-1 pitch. Grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. This is line to left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
Stepping in now, Michael Conforto.
As he hits one on a line to left field.
And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Boy, that would look like a cinch extra base hit off the bat, but a terrific diving catch in left center field.
Into the box, J.D. Davis. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Judge ranging back, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Here's Troy Tulowitzki now, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat.
Troy Tulowitzki.
First delivery to him on the way. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one.
That's a great job of holding up right there. You have 2 strikes on you. You're trying to protect the plate. It's difficult to not get super aggressive at the plate.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. The 1-2 is outside for a ball. The 2-2 hit sharply but foul down the right side. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Boy, he's really on a roll on the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
In now, Torres. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Line drive to left. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. Number 9 batter comes through that time as it'll now be up to the top of the order with 1 away.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat-to-ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
Here's Brett Gardner now. In the dirt here. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Wow, 1 pitch ago he had only given up a single, but that wild pitch, that single essentially turns into a double. Those kind of things can absolutely kill you.
The 1-0 home. This ball will be chopped foul. Torres leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Ground ball sent back up the middle. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Right fielder, Aaron Judge.
Digging in once again, Aaron Judge. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Here's the first pitch to him. And he takes ball 1. Two runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Hard on the ground towards short. Backhanded. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Yankees. We'll head to the 5th, tied at 2. welcome back to the Bronx as we check in with Heidi.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with Mickey Callaway, the Mets skipper, about his lineup's performance so far. And flat out, he told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only one of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Leading off for the Mets.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
Hitter, Keon Broxton.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1. Well, now that we're midway through this one, it's safe to say that runs have been at a premium, and both starters, doing it in different ways, have turned in excellent performances.
Dan, you could speak to this. Obviously, two different ways to skin a cat. One's a finesse guy working all four quadrants, keeping guys off balance. The other, a flamethrower coming right at you.
Yeah, it's been a story of like two different styles of pitchers, but both getting the same thing. Both throwing strikes early, keeping the ball down in the zone. As you touched on it, there's more than one way to get around through a lineup, and we've seen one guy with power and one guy do it with more skill and finesse.
Smith.
Standing in now, Dominic Smith. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Leaps, and he makes the catch. He took away a home run. Wow.
That was a pretty spectacular catch right there. A lot of guys mistime that jump because they're worried about the wall coming on. But he got it just right and hauled it in. Great stuff.
Into the box now, Ahmed Rosario. As he rips it on the ground to second. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets. Halfway home, tied 2 apiece. So digging in now, Giancarlo Stanton. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
The left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Now the pitch. Ball 1. He pulled the string and had him way out in front. A ball and a strike. And it's fouled away. And the pitch. A little low. It's 2-2.
Broke out the sweeping slider right there and just missed off the edge. If he would have caught the corner right there, I think he's got a backwards K.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Into the box, Gary Sanchez. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. The 2-1. is laid off home for ball number 3. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line.
But it bends just foul into the second deck.
Fastball too high, ball 4.
Now batting, third baseman.
Digging in to try it again. Miguel Andujar. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen.
Sanchez stands at first with 1 out. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. Throw won't get him.
Well, it's really hard to complain about this one because that's one of the hardest double plays to turn. The first baseman has to deal with the runner headed to second, and he sometimes shields you from throwing where you want to make the throw. They should have made it, but that's a tough play all the way around.
Stepping in now, Luke Voigt. And a double steal try here. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. It's there in plenty of time. He's out trying to steal third as they get the lead runner here. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. Giving chase is Nimmo, and he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is left stranded. The Yanks leave 1 through 5, all even at 2-2. Now back to the top of the Mets order, digging in, Brandon Nimmo. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Brandon.
First offering on its way. And that one right down Main Street. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip, but that's held onto behind the plate. It's a strikeout for out number 1.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Standing in now, Jeff McNeil. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. The 1-0 home is looked at for ball number 2. Three and 0 now. The 3-0 is taken, strike 1.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there, getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on that pitch.
Set to deal. Here's the 3-1. There's ball 4.
Take the bait.
Looked like he might have gotten squeezed a little bit right there, and you know he's talking to himself in his head about it. That kind of stuff goes both ways, though. Hitters get their fair share of crummy calls going against them, too.
Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. Fouled away. Runner at first here with one away in a 2-2 ball game. 0-2 now as Cano comes up empty on that one.
They're good hard slider. The count now 0-2. He's getting deep into the outing, but his slider is still staying sharp. He doesn't look at all like he's starting to tire. He looks as good now as he did early on in the game.
Now the 0-2 pitch. High in the air out to center field. After it is Gardner. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Ramos.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And next is the catcher, Wilson Ramos. He's set. Here it comes. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
And there's ball 1. Man at first with 2 out in a 2-2 ball game. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
In now, Michael Conforto, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Comes set, the 0-1. And he misses with it 1-1.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think you got a shot to stay inside that one.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
McNeil over at second. Ramos on at first with 2 down. On a good pitch there. Had him stretching to get out there. And it's 2-2 now.
Hey, newsflash, guess where the next pitch is going after that ugly swing? I guarantee you he tries to get him to reach again.
And he misses with that one down and in. It's a full count now, 3-2. J.D. Davis would be next. Here's the payoff pitch. And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. Fouled off. The Payoff pitch. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball. Another full count pitch. Hard hit to first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a great job to stick with it as he's able to make the play for the third out. 2 left for the Mets. Home half of the 6th inning coming up. Deadlocked at 2 apiece. Stepping up now, Greg Bird. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
The first baseman, Greg Bird.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he fouls this one off. A ball and a strike now to Bird.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
The 1-2. Swung on and driven to right, and no doubt about it. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot that time for Greg Bird. As the Yankees move out in front here, it's now 3-2.
Yeah, he was having 0 luck early in the game, striking out twice in 2 at-bats. But it only takes 1 swing to get back in a groove. That was definitely it.
Now here comes the Mets skipper on his way toward the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Hector Santiago takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 46, Hector Santiago.
Into the box now, Troy Tulowitzki. As he'll look at a changeup that drops below the knees for ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. The 1-0. It's taken down and in for a ball. And a sinker is over that time. It's back to 2-1. No outs, nobody on. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Torres is on deck. And the 3-1. He somehow gets that one by him. 3-2 now.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup or do you stay with the heater?
And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count. It just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
Now batting, Torres. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 line into this appearance. He's set and the pitch. In there, 0-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Hit hard down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. Open to send him packing. Pitch on its way. High fly ball out to straightaway center.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
1 away.
Next for the Yankees, the center fielder, Brett Gardner.
So the lineup flips over and digging in, Brett Gardner. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. Here's a strike with the breaking ball. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside. The 1-1 is a sinker that dips below the zone for a ball.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
The 2-2 one more time is a sinker that misses for a ball.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Another full count offering on its way. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Coming to the plate now, Aaron Judge. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. From the stretch, and that misses for ball 1. The 1-0 home is laid off for ball 2.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a 3rd time.
The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
it comes, the 3-0. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
Striding in, Giancarlo Stanton. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Upper part of the strike zone. A dangerous pitch with the changeup, but he laid off. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Strike 2 as that's taken on the outside part of the plate. Tulowitzki at second. Judge at first. 2 out in the inning. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Yankees do get 1 on the solo homer. The 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up to start the 7th. And New York has taken a 3-2 lead. Back here in the Bronx, Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Digging in, J.D. Davis, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Here comes the first pitch. Slow roller down the 3rd baseline. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Keon Broxton.
Now to the plate, the Mets DH, Keon Broxton. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
1 ball, no strikes the count. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Strike taken. Good pitch on the lower part of the zone. Fastball runs in tight here, and it's 2-1. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Grounded to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The first baseman, number 22, Dominic Smith.
Now in the box, Dominic Smith. No hits to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. A ball and a strike to the Mets first baseman. And it's fouled away. The 1-2 is a fastball that misses.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just missed with the 2-2 count, and it runs full now.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner, but this is foul near the seats. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Back up the middle, and there's his first base hit in this one.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario.
Here comes the Yankee manager now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Stephen Tarpley takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Number 71.
Ahmed Rosario will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball well outside.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
The 1-0 home. Count now a ball and a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Two balls and a strike to Ahmed Rosario. Now the 2-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Mets lead 1. They trail 3-2. Justin Wilson gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Striding forward now, the Yankee cleanup hitter, Gary Sanchez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Fouled away. Comes set, and the 0-1. Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now. A pause, and the 0-2 is a fastball down below the knees. Wilson is a guy known for his lights-out stuff. He tends to rack up strikeout numbers at a very high rate. However, he does at times get wild. Walks have come back to bite him on more than one occasion.
You know, it's not uncommon, Matty V, for a relief pitcher to come in with really good stuff. And it seems like he's either really hit and miss. He'll rack up a lot of strikeouts, but if he's not quite on, he'll also rack up a lot of base on balls. And that can cause a pitching coach and a manager to really start to pull their hair out.
Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. High and deep down the left field line, and that will end up a foul ball. The next 3-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
At the plate, Miguel Andujar. An error allowed him to reach base in his last appearance. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Unable to find the zone with the slider. 1 out, nobody on. And 2-0 as this one's taken low. Two-0 count. The pitch is laid off, but in there for strike 1. Good slider there, gets a swing and miss. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And here's a slider that misses below the knees. It's ball 4.
Well, he gives up the walk, but that was a really good pitch. Might have been just out of the zone, but not by much. A lot of guys would have gone fishing for that pitch, so sometimes the hitter just outlasts you.
Into the box, Luke Voigt,
as he swings and lifts it in the air out to shallow right field.
And that'll get down for a base hit. He'll get it into second, but now a throw from the outfield will get him. How slow can you be?
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
Will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here, a solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. As a look, now the pitch. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. Voigt, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss, 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled off. Lifted in the air to center.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for the Yankees, but they still lead it 3-2. Ready for another chance? Brandon Nimmo. He'll start us off in the 8th.
Brandon Nimmo.
First pitch on its way. Popped him up. Sanchez shading to his right. 1 away. Eighth inning from Yankee Stadium. Yankees on top in this one at home as you get a look at the line score. At the plate, Jeff McNeil. It was a walk in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. As we head into the later innings in this game, I think it's safe to say that both starters have given their teams a great chance to win here today.
Wow, D-Row, we've seen one power pitcher, one finesse guy, but both of them on point. Two different ways to get through a lineup, and both of them have worked.
Yeah, Dan, tip of the cap to both starters, right? Two different ways. The power guy was on top of his game, not really mincing much, just coming right down the throat at these offensive players. The finesse guy did exactly what he's always done. Move the ball up and down, in and out, and get it to the bullpen.
I got 3-0.
3-0 to him now. .30 pitch. Catches the inside corner for a strike.
This is where, if you're the batter, one pitch, one spot, and you get the barrel of the bat to that baseball as quick as possible with damage on your mind.
And the count will be full. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Here's a little chopper up the middle, played on the backhand, and that's the second out.
The batter, number 24, second baseman, Robinson Cano. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention,
so
please.
they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up.
Zach Britton.
Next for the Mets, Robinson Cano. In previous meetings with Britton over the years, he's a .375 hitter. Cano waits on the first pitch. First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. Tried to get the arms extended, but he couldn't. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 now to Cano. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, that's a really good pitch right there, and that's one of those off-balance swings. As a pitcher, you want to look in and say, howdy, if you're waving at me. A real ugly swing, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you make a guy look that bad. So hopefully he has another pitch left in his repertoire to bury this guy and get him out of there.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. 2 out, nobody on. Right side. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
Wilson Ramos.
Stepping in now, Wilson Ramos, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone. The 1-2. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
Hey, I don't mind those pitches down below the zone trying to go for the strikeout right there. But you find yourself in a 2-2 count right here. Interested to see what he goes to.
Strike three, and the potential tying run left on base as the inning is over. Mets strand one. Still a 3-2 ball game. Luis Avilan is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth. So coming to the plate, Troy Tulowitzki. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk.
Tulowitzki.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. The 1-0 home. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. To 1-2 now. Swing, and he pops him up. Looks to be playable in foul ground.
Brings it in, standing inside the coach's box for out number 1.
Up next for the Yankees, the second baseman, Torres.
Now at the plate, Torres. In previous matchups with Luis Avilan, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one. Avilan, a former Dodger, he became a member of this team after signing as a free agent earlier this season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
The 1-0. And he fouls this one off. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
For the most part, he's looked really locked in at the plate in this game. Not so much on that swing, though.
The 1-2. Sent in the air out to straightaway center.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 11, Brett Gardner.
So back to the top of the Yankee order. Digging in, Brett Gardner. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. Taken, but called a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
1 strike.
Here it is. Grounded up the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. Davis on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They're up 3-2. Aroldis Chapman comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Number 54, Aroldis.
Next up for New York, Michael Conforto, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
Michael Conforto.
First offering on its way. Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 is a slider taken in the dirt.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
3-0 to him now. In there, 3-1. The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count at 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
Standing in now, J.D. Davis, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way.
You know, I'm not sure he didn't throw that out of the zone on purpose. They've been swinging at pretty much everything he throws, so why not give it a shot?
That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now. Count still at 1-2. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Yank on the ground down the line. Andujar fields it cleanly. Throw on to first, and the Mets are down to their final out.
Now batting.
And that was a no doubles defense in action right there, and it paid off big time. That ball was scorched, but the third baseman was guarding the line more than usual to prevent an extra base hit, and it ended up being pretty much right at him. That's good stuff.
In now, Keon Broxton. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Now the 1-0. Misses above the zone for a ball.
2-0.
This is hit pretty well out to left field. Back goes Stanton to the track. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Man, facing Chapman is not for the faint of heart as he unleashes fireball after fireball. Gets the final out here and another save. What a weapon Chapman is.
A one-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. New York rode an important sixth-inning to victory in this one. Masahiro Tanaka gets the W on the mound. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. The winning pitcher is Masahiro Tanaka. The loss goes to Jacob deGrom. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 48 minutes.